Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is June 13th, 2014, and today is Friday. So we're rounding the week with quite a lot of activity. Looking at today's economic activity, we have a lot of stuff coming out of the U.S. predominantly, and one thing coming out of Canada. So we have at 2:30 USD time. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is June 13th, 2014, and today is Friday. So we've had some pretty interesting week in terms of trading. Looking at today's economic calendar just before we start discussing our economic news. We've got some major numbers coming out of the U.S. It's a PPI number. It's basically a wholesale number. It's an inflationary number. It's coming out at 2:30 South African time. And then at 3:55 USD Michigan consumer sentiment. It's a very important number. It kind of gauges the consumer confidence in the United States. So it's a number that comes out in U.S. time in the morning and at 3:55 South African time. Looking at today's weekly activity, there has been a lot of rotation in the markets. Looking at first the euro, we pretty much leveled off here at 35.220, 35 and change, and we've now rallied about 60 to 70 pips from then. And not a lot of activity in the euro USD, but some significant activity. I would keep this on my radar further today to see if we can finally fill up this gap. Firstly to 35.92 or 3600 level, and further, if we could break it up, if we can rally right back up to something of the 136 level. Okay, looking further into the markets, the New Zealand dollar had a lot of news this week. Okay, a lot of rate decision news, some news that was in line with the expectations, and therefore caused the market to really rally here. We're at close to the top of the range here, okay, but this is a huge move that if you were able to really follow it, you really were able to trade some of this previous resistance, and then subsequent support. So we're at the top of the range here. Let's see if we can break up above. Okay, this is a major level, or are we going to just retrace somewhere and continue this somewhat of a range trading? So keep an eye on the euro, on the New Zealand USD. It has been trading, but it has leveled off, as you can see here, trading between 0.74 to 0.86. It's a 200 pip range, but it's there. Okay, there's some liquidity in it, and there's some character in it. So keep this on the radar. Looking at the GBP, Japanese yen, big rally yesterday, 190 pips. Okay, yesterday I actually said maybe you should wait until this gets a little bit lower before buying, and we missed it. Okay, so it happens sometimes, but it's okay. All right, there you'll be able to catch the maybe the breakout here. Okay, if we do continue breaking out and closing above this level right here, I would expect us to even go higher. So let's look at the full picture here on a daily, see where we're at. Okay, so we have this little channel that we've been trading, this little range right here, and as you see, it's been challenging it every time. What I like about this formation is that the candles are breaking up higher. Okay, they're closing on their highs, and they're breaking out high. If we get a significant candle that would break us up this far, and we can possibly continue breaking up and breaking out on the upside. I would wait for a retracement before I would buy it, okay, but it might not afford you one, so you may want to jump into it a little bit small and ease into the position. So definitely keep this on the radar, the GBP, Japanese yen. Looking at the GBP USD as well, also a big rally, okay, for the GBP. Again, we're on the top. This was a little bit better in terms of range trading because we're at the top and bottom of the range here. To have picked it up right here even to have picked it up at this little bull flag would have been really nice, and you could have made about 150 pips right in this level. 150 pips on one lot, again, that's $1,500. Not a bad day's of work, right? So keep this on the radar. Let's see if we've got more momentum on the upside. That's a big candle. That's a really big candle. So I would expect it to continue breaking up higher. Okay, that's a very bullish sentiment right there. All right, so definitely keep this on the radar. Looking at oil, my goodness gracious, and when the news hits the fan, and everything is affected by it. This is obviously right before what's been going on in Iraq, and you see that the markets are really responding to it. Okay, so if we look at an 8-hour chart, we're actually broke above this 104.5 level, which is a major level for oil. And looking on the upside, okay, this we hit last summer. Okay, with what was going on with Egypt, I would suggest that we have an upper range of, let's say, 109, 110. If you look at it weekly, we haven't broken above that ever. So in a long, long time. Okay, that's a monthly chart that goes back to even 2008, I believe. Yeah, this was $140. So if you look at a longer time frame, you see that the most we've ever gone up to was 112 in 2011. So, if this does break up higher, it could be a catalyst to taking us higher, maybe to the 114 level. But I would keep an eye on it and keep a sharp ear open to what's going on in the news. If you remember, let's look at the gold. We had discussed gold, closing in on this big down move, okay, from 1292 to 1242, and now we're rallying right back. And this is what I was saying the other day. I would expect us to re-challenge this level up here, and let's see if we do not break it up higher, then this would be a clear short and be a good place to enter it. But as you can see, we consolidated and we've now moved up higher. Okay, I did bring this up a couple of times in the webinars, or in the the morning review for the past few days. So still an upward momentum. We have up until 1280, another 10 points before we hit some sort of resistance, or potentially a resistance based on previous support levels. So I would really keep a sharp eye on gold. No question we could keep on pushing this higher. It has been trading pretty well over the past week. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. I want to wish you guys a nice weekend. Thank you.